All right, so we are live on YouTube. Welcome, Shaker. Let's just wait for a few minutes for our audience to join us in our broadcast right here on our YouTube channel in this beautiful and a powerful show that we conduct every Thursday for you. And the show is the U-Turn. You know, Now, some of you may be watching this show for the first time, and some of you might be very much familiar with who we are and what we do. But just for a fresh reminder, I want to tell every single person that watch this show is all about. But before I say that, I want to give you a very, very warm welcome from wherever in the world you are watching this video right now, because that means a lot to us, because you have taken time out of your busy schedule and you have given that specific time to our show, watching it every single week. That's what, why we are working towards making this show a better show. Now, what is this show all about? You know, now let me give you an example that what this show is all about before I explain, what this show is. Now, imagine that you are on your way from one city to another city, and all of a sudden you realize that you're on the wrong track, you're on the wrong path, and you're in the wrong direction, while the opposite direction is exactly the opposite where you're moving. What you will be doing in that situation? Let me know in the comment box. The common sense move on your behalf at that time will be, bang, take the next first U-turn. And you see, a very common sense approach that we apply in every day, in many different things that we do. But when it's the matter of our life, we do not apply this common sense approach. Why? When we know we have made a wrong decision, why don't we take the U-turn? When we know that we have not been going after what we really want, why we don't take the U-turn? When we know that, the work that I'm engaged in right now, the kind of things I'm doing right now, that's what not I'm passionate about, then why we don't take the U-turn at that time to do what we want to do, to be where we want to be, and to actually live the life the way we want to live. Now, that's where, my dear friends, our today's topic is going to come into place. So the U-turn show is going to show you how to make the U-turn in your life from your problems towards the solution. And in this present series, we are going through a very marvelous book, The Power of Subconscious Mind. Now, some of you may have read this book before, some of you may have been reading this book, or some of you may have not ever read this before. But what we're going to share with you in these sessions, they can literally change your life for the betterment of who you are. But before we can become better, we have to understand who we are. We have to understand how our mind functions, and we have to understand, why we are living the life the way we are living. Now, to answer these questions, I'm going to hand over the call to Shekhar for the first half of the session tonight. He's going to take you through some incredible information about the mind. And it may not be just from this book, it may be from many different authors that we study, because we are like, personal development junkies. We keep studying many, many different authors, but we always try to bring the best in front of you. So I suggest you and I recommend you buckle up your seatbelts, because you are in for a treat and you're in for a ride. So Shekhar, over to you for the first half of the presentation.
Okay. Thank you, Sukhveer. I'll just share my presentation.
Sure.
Okay, so hello everyone, and welcome to our brand new show, The U-Turn. And today in episode 8, we will be talking about how our mind works. And this is the second part of the series. In last episode, we had talked about the difference between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And in today's episode, we will start by understanding two of the essential features of the subconscious mind, which will help us actually understand how powerful our subconscious mind is. And from there, we will go on to understanding and studying a couple of principles of the law of subconscious mind. And towards the end, I will give you an exercise with which you can quickly put all the things that you will be learning in today's episode into action right away. So, beginning with, let us understand the two important features of the subconscious level of our mind. They are health restoration and perfect guidance. Now, what do I mean by this? I'll pick them out in turn. The subconscious mind's feature of health restoration means that it's the subconscious mind that started our heartbeat. That's the first thing we need to remember. The second thing we need to remember is that our subconscious level of the mind controls the circulation of blood in our body. Our subconscious mind regulates digestion, assimilation, and the process of elimination. When we are sleeping, we are still perspirating. Who controls it? The subconscious mind. Our heart is still beating. We are still breathing in and we are still breathing out. Our hair, it's still growing. This entire process of the body, all the different systems of our body, is being perfectly carried out according to the law by our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind has the pattern for our health. So, right now, if we are feeling unhealthy about any organ of our body, all we need to do is we need to give our subconscious mind the pattern of perfect health. And it will go about in its own way to restore our health to the state of perfect health. The second essential feature of the subconscious mind is that we can always count on it as a partner, looking at it as a separate entity for perfect guidance. Why? Because our subconscious level of the mind has the power of clairvoyance, clairaudience, extrasensory perceptions, and many other things. The subconscious level of the mind is independent of time and space. And it's two of these things that gives our subconscious mind the power and the capacity to solve any problem that we are facing, to answer any question that is lingering in our mind. When it comes to perfect guidance, our subconscious mind can go back in history, can go far off in the future, and it can go and travel in any dimension of our universe just to get the solution to our problem or the answer to our question. So we must learn to use the law of subconscious mind very wisely, because herein we can see that we can get all the ideas for our business just by using our subconscious mind. We can be in perfect health just by using our mind properly. And with this, let's go and study the law of subconscious mind. In a previous episode, I had discussed a couple of principles regarding the law of subconscious mind. Today, I'm going to take it further. First, Dr. Joseph Murphy, in his book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, writes about the law of subconscious by stating, your subconscious cannot argue. It only acts from what you write on it. It accepts your verdict or the conclusions of your conscious mind as final. So it means whatever it is going on in our conscious mind, whether we are entertaining good pictures or bad pictures, our subconscious mind does not argue with it. What it does is it takes the repetitive pattern of the pictures, which is how it's written over here. It acts only from what you write on it. So writing on the subconscious mind means thinking of a certain idea over and over again repetitively in our conscious mind. That is how we transfer the picture or impress the picture on our subconscious mind. And it does not argue with us. It just goes about creating our reality according to the thoughts and feelings we are entertaining. We automatically start behaving in a way that we attract all of these things to ourselves. It doesn't matter whether those things are good, bad, or indifferent. The subconscious does not argue. Whatever we are thinking, whatever we are feeling, the subconscious picks those things up and creates our future, our reality based on that information. Another thing that we need to remember is that whatever you feel as true subjectively is expressed as conditions, experiences, and events. Motion and emotion must balance. As in heaven, your own mind, so on earth, in your body and environment. That's the law of subconscious put in another set of words. Whatever we feel as true subjectively, if we feel as true subjectively different types of disease in our body, then those disease will be expressed. If we feel as true subjectively that we do not have enough to go around, then it will be expressed by the subconscious. It is the law of subconscious. Whatever we feel as true subjectively will be expressed as conditions, experiences, and events. Now that we know this part, this principle of the law of subconscious, we can use the faculty of our imagination and imagine the perfect conditions in which we want to live. We can imagine the perfect experiences that we need to have in our business. We can imagine the perfect kind of events that are happening in our day to day life. And we can work with this picture over and over again till it becomes a feeling, a true feeling. So when we feel as true subjectively, whatever our goal is, it will be expressed through conditions, experiences, and events. Motion and emotion must balance. What this means is that our conscious mind and subconscious mind must be in harmony. And what that means is that we need to act as if we have already achieved our goal. That is the kind of motion we have to be busy with throughout the day. That is the kind of emotion we have to be busy with throughout the day. By assuming the feeling that our goals have already been accomplished. As in heaven, your own mind, so on earth, in your body and environment. So, whatever it is going on in your conscious mind, repetitively, it is being impressed upon the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind, without arguing, it takes your feeling, whatever you're feeling as true subjectively, and creates conditions, experiences, and events of your life based on whatever it is that you're feeling true subjectively. So now we can control our conditions, circumstances, and environment by building a picture of how we would want our conditions, circumstances, and environment to be. And soon, by repeating this picture over and over again in our conscious mind, by being in this feeling that we are in control of our conditions, circumstances, and environment, the law of subconscious will express it by giving us an idea through a hunch on what we can do, how we can go about doing it, so that ultimately we will be able to control our conditions, circumstances, and environment. After understanding the two essential features of our subconscious level of mind, after understanding the law of the subconscious mind, let us go to the main part of today's show, which is the U turn. We will have a look at an exercise which I suggest that you start doing from today onwards so that you can see how powerful you can feel the power of your own subconscious mind. So, what we need to do is, first of all, we have to analyze our feelings. Are we entertaining any major negative emotions? If we are, then we have to replace them. First, let us pick up the emotion of anger. Are you angry towards someone for any particular reason, whatever the reason be? Is there any situation that makes you angry? Is there any behavior of somebody that makes you angry? Are you angry of someone because of how someone used you in the past, or someone cheated you, mistreated you? Whatever be the reason for the anger, the question is, do you feel angry when you think of that person or the situation or the event? If yes, then we have to replace this feeling with a positive feeling, because we cannot let this negative feeling linger in our subconscious mind. And at that point of time, we will be expecting that our goals will be met. No, we have to let go of the negative emotions. And when we are replacing our negative emotions, what we are doing is we are creating space to fill in positive emotions over there. So let's begin with anger. Write down the names of the people or write down the situations or events, recalling which you get angry. Let's have a look at jealousy. Is there someone thinking of whom you feel jealous? Do you feel jealous of them because they have more money, because they are driving the dream car that you wanted to drive? Jealousy for anything towards anyone. Is there a feeling still inside of you which makes you jealous? This has to be answered. And let's have a look at fear. Is there anything thinking of which something just instills fear in your mind? You start feeling that you can never ever do that because something will come in the way as a blockage. What do you fear? We have to make a list of this. And following the law of subconscious, where we will not argue with the subconscious mind on why it is still entertaining the feelings of anger, jealousy, or fear, what we're going to do is we're going to work with our conscious mind. That is our only business. All the people that we are angry at, whatever situation, anything that brings us anger inside of us, we will look at those situations or people and try to forgive. The law of forgiveness says when you forgive, you are forgiven. So, whoever has wronged you, whoever has mistreated you, it's time for you to forgive them. This is the exercise for this week. Make a list of everything that gets you angry and then forgive the situation or the person. Whatever or whoever you're jealous of, bless the person. If you are jealous of someone because of their wealth, bless them with more wealth. You see, what you are trying to do is you are trying to higher up your vibration. Negative emotions like anger, jealousy, and fear keep you in a lower vibration. This blocks you from taking the path to reach your goals. Fear will never ever let you reach your goals. So we have to replace all these negative emotions. We will replace fear with faith. And I'm not talking about blind faith over here. I'm talking about true faith. And true faith comes through understanding. And understanding comes through studying and applying the laws of the universe in our own thinking. Now, there are only three negative emotions that I have covered over here. If you can get a copy of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, there are 7 major emotions covered in that book. Have a look if you are entertaining any one of these major negative emotions in you. If they are still there somewhere in your mind, it has to be replaced. And what you need to do is just replace it with its exact opposite in your conscious mind. And that is the kind of thinking that you would need to do throughout the day to actually see how your subconscious mind, all of a sudden, through a hunch or in your dreams, will give you an idea, working on which you will effortlessly reach your goal, no matter how big it is. That's all I have for you today. Go through this video once again to understand the concepts that Sukhveer and I have explained. And do this exercise. Do it for a week and let us know in the comment section how you felt after a week of doing this exercise. How successful have you been in replacing your old belief system? If you like the information that we shared today with you, please give us a thumbs up. Share your ideas in the comment section below. If you think one of your friends, colleagues, or anyone could benefit from the information that we have presented you in this video with, it could benefit them, please share this video with them. And do subscribe to our official Human Potential and Growth YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. In that way, you will receive notification every time we upload a new video. We come live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. For more information about us, please visit our website, www.humanpotentialandgrowth.com. That's all I have for you all today. Thank you, Sukhveer, and thank you, everyone, for attending the presentation.
Wonderful. That is really, really awesome, Shekhar. Now, let me, take everybody through some few more amazing ideas that we have here about the mind. So I want every single one of you to, just remember the point that Shekhar has shared with you so far in this presentation. Because what I'm going to do from this point onward can literally be your magical moment. Now, I assume that you all have a goal in your life. Like I have a goal, and that's my secret, that I keep my goal written on a goal card and I carry that goal card every single day with me, irrespective of wherever I go. If I am on my vacations, my goal card will be there with me. If I am working, my goal card will be there with me. If even I'm playing, my goal card will be there with me. Even when I go to bath in the morning, my goal card there will be with me. I keep my goal card at every place wherever I go. Now, why I do that? Shaker talk about the principle of the mind. He talk about the law of the mind, how the mind functions. I'm going to talk to you about a very important idea right now for the next 10 to 15 minutes, which is absolutely amazing. And that idea is it's about the suggestion, the suggestion we give to ourselves. In fact, Napoleon Hill wrote about that in his book Autosuggestion, in this book Think and Grow Rich, where he talks about autosuggestion. But before we talk about that idea, I want to talk to you about something more, which is something more important, which I believe, in my understanding, it is a absolutely great idea and it is absolutely a great concept. So now we have understood the mind. So now let's give our mind an image. Now you might be wondering that what I'm saying when I'm saying that let's give our mind an image. Now, if you really want to win at your life, it doesn't matter, whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter wherever you are right now. It doesn't matter whatever your goal is. It doesn't matter whatever you want to accomplish. What you have to understand is that if you want to achieve great results, all right, then you have to understand the mind. At the same time, you have to understand that your mind function in images. Now, for example, let me just close this video for a second because I want you to understand certain things. Now, I want you to imagine for a second about your favorite car. Now, what is your favorite car? Think about the car, think about it, and understand that as soon as you think about the car, you know what happened? There is an image that flashes on the screen of your mind. Now, there is an image that is flashing on the screen of your mind when you think about your car. Now, at the same time, think about your home, think about your house where you're living. There is going to be an image flashing on the screen of your mind when you think about your house. So what we have to understand is that there are mind function in pictures and images. Then where is our trouble? Our trouble is that most of the time during the day, we keep on feeding our mind that we have right here with the negative images of what we cannot do. If you see how people operate, every day they go out there and they keep talking and they keep thinking about it is impossible, I cannot do it, it is difficult for me to achieve my goal, it is difficult for me to go out there and make things happen. People always think about negative perception and negative ideas. Now imagine if they are thinking about negative ideas and negative concepts, do you think there is going to be any change in their life? For sure, there will be no change if you're thinking that way. So what we have to understand is that we have to understand the mind. So I'm going to draw an image right now, and this image can be a life transforming image for you. Okay. So now let this big circle right here represent your mind, and let this small circle right here represent your body. Now, your mind and your body, your mind is divided into two parts, although there are many parts. If you go to the psychologist, psychiatrist, they may tell you there are many parts of the mind. But being in personal development, we are just going to talk about the two parts of the mind. One is the conscious mind, and another one is the subconscious mind. All right. This right here, it is your conscious mind. This right here, it is your subconscious mind. Okay. And this circle right here, it is your body. Now, what I want you to understand right here, it is absolutely important. Now, it is written right here in this book, and Joseph Murphy has wrote this book after studying the subject, after literally seeing his life changing and the life of many other people changing. So let's read what he wrote here. He said, whatever your conscious mind assumes and believes to be true, your subconscious mind will accept and bring to pass. Believe in good fortune, divine guidance, right action, and all the blessings of your life. You know what they're trying to say right here? They're trying to say right here is that if you build an image in your conscious mind about prosperity of your goal, if you build an image in your mind about what do you really want, if you build an image in your conscious mind about, where you want to be, what you want to do, what kind of success you want to achieve, what kind of results you want to have, how much money you want to earn, where you want to spend that money, if you want to help someone, how you want to help someone, what you want to do, help someone, you got to build these kind of images right there in your conscious mind. And then you got to keep building and keep expanding upon those images, and understand that building an image is not just enough. It is not just enough. At the same time as you're building an image in your conscious mind, you got to start believing in that image also. Understand that, it is the belief right here. So because you can have an image right here in your conscious mind, but that image may do nothing good for you because you have not integrated your belief with your behavior. And as we progress in this series of the U-turn shows, we're going to talk about every single area of your life. If it is money, finances, health, wealth, relationships, we're going to share with you marvelous ideas, marvelous information that is right there in this book by the Joseph Murphy, that how we can literally win in life, how we can literally get whatever we want. All it takes is that a committed decision and understanding, you know, to become a better version of yourself, and an understanding of how your mind works, and understanding about your subconscious mind. Now, I'm going to give you a few key points about your conscious mind right here. Okay. And what I'm going to tell you right now, right here, is it is absolutely brilliant, and it is absolutely, life transforming. Now, understand that your conscious mind, guys. All right, let me draw it right here. This is your conscious mind right here. Your conscious mind, it has the ability to choose. Now, when I said it has the ability to choose, that means you can choose in your conscious mind which ideas right here you want to accept and which ideas you want to reject. Now, this is a marvelous, marvelous ability we have in our conscious mind. But the problem is that we never use it. And if and often we use it, we absolutely use it against us. If you look at people outside, people are accepting the ideas that they should reject, and people are rejecting the ideas that they should accept. For example, right now, there is a situation happening in the world right now that COVID is picking up speed once again. And what people are not doing is that people are not accepting that the COVID can only hit you once you allow COVID to stay there in your mind. Now, some of you are going to laugh at it, or some of you are going to say that that's not possible, Sukhbir, but that's absolutely true. Stay safe, stay home. We talk about it, but do we really integrate those practices? Do we really have a subconscious conviction about what we're doing and why we're doing? Now and then we hear somebody saying that it is a big time for business. It is a worst time for business. Negative situations are arriving. Your income is going to go down. The economy is going to go down. These are all suggestions. And if we accept these suggestions, what's going to happen? These suggestions will pass on from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind. If the suggestions passed on from your conscious mind to the subconscious mind, what's going to happen? They are going to manifest into your life, because that's how it functions. This is your conscious mind. Whatever image you build right here, and you get emotionally involved with the image right here in your subconscious mind, that is the image that is ultimately executed in the form of action. And when that image is executed in the form of the action, what happened? We achieve results. And when we achieve certain results, and then we keep wondering, we keep worrying, why my life is not changing. We keep wondering why there are some people who are getting absolutely amazing results, and why there are some people who are struggling, who are broke maybe, and who are not getting the results that they want. This is where an understanding of the mind is very, very, very vital and very, very, very important. So what I'm going to do right now for the next 5 to 7 minutes, I'm going to revise, and I'm going to re-explain to you the functions of our mind. That what is the function of the conscious mind, what is the function of the subconscious mind, and how they literally work in a combination to bring the results that we are getting. So here is our mind. If you can have a pen and a paper right now, guys, that will be awesome. Your mind, it is divided into two parts. We have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind. And right here we have our body. Okay, here we go. Now, body, remember, it is a dumb terminal. Now, when I say it is a dumb terminal, what do I mean by it? By this, I mean that body cannot do something by itself until or unless the mind commands the body to do something. Okay. And the mind can only command your body to do something when you have programmed your mind. Like, for example, you have to put it in this way, that your mind can only command your body to take a productive action if you have programmed your mind to think productively, if you have programmed your mind to think constructively. But many people are not doing this. They're absolutely not doing this. So now let's go right here and understand the conscious mind, first of all. Okay. Now, your conscious mind right here, my dear friends, it is your thinking mind. This is where your thinking power lies. Now, when I say this is where your thinking power lies, understand that you have the ability to think whatever you want to think. That means nobody can force you to think what you don't want to think. Nobody can force you to think, what is not in line with your beliefs. Nobody can absolutely force you. But our problem is that we let everything here and there influence our thinking. We let everything here and there disturb us. You know why? Because we have no control over our thinking. Why we don't have control over our thinking? Because we have programs right here in our subconscious mind that we called as conditioning, that we called as limiting beliefs. And these limiting beliefs right here, they actually keeps billions of people stuck. And as we progress in this U-turn show, we're going to talk about a lot of great ideas and how we can convert those belief systems into a productive one. All right. Now, the next function of your conscious mind, it is the ability to choose. That means you can accept and reject any idea. Now, we have already covered that, right? I will explain it again. Now, there is a very a way how we accept or reject ideas. We don't have time to explain that, although we explain that in very detail in one of our seminars, where we talk about the laws, inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning, but we're not going to talk about that today. I'm going to talk about accept and reject. Now, imagine you have a friend who is talking to you, and the friend is saying to you that Ajay, or whatever your name is, that your business is going to really collapse. Now, what you will be doing at that time? Now, you know what's going to happen? If the friend is someone for whom you have a very good respect, for whom you have a great understanding, you're going to accept his suggestion and you're going to start worrying about your business. You're going to start doubting about your business. And in fact, you're going to start doubting yourself. You know what's going to happen? When you're going to start doubting yourself, when you're going to start worrying about your business, that suggestion is going to be accepted by the conscious mind. Bang, it go to the subconscious mind. Literally, it disturbs every single thing. So what's the solution? The solution is that reject those ideas. And how we can reject those ideas? We can only reject those ideas if we understand the principle of our mind. And then understand that your conscious mind at the same time is your educated mind. Now, when I say it is your educated mind, it means all the information that you're even studying right now here in this call, it is getting stored in your conscious mind. Does that guarantee that there will be a change in your life? Absolutely no guarantee. Now, why there is no guarantee? Because understand the part of your mind that gather information is your conscious mind. The part of your mind that moves you into action, it is your subconscious mind. And you know what? All the school systems, all the university systems, everywhere, they has always been dealing with your conscious mind to gather information, to gather knowledge. You may have studied books about science. You may have studied books about the law of attraction. You may have studied books about how to operate, certain things, but you may not be doing it. Now, let me give you a very common example, about why we why there is such a difference in our conscious, why there is a difference between what we know and what we do. For example, now these days, this is a pretty common example, right? The situation of COVID is happening right now in the world. And you see, there are some mandatory instructions that people has been told to follow. Let's take just the mask condition in consideration. How many of people are doing it, if even after knowing it? Very few. Why they're not doing it? Because they haven't programmed that idea. Now let's take another example. How many people in your life who know that if they become more proactive, or if they procrastinate less every single day, they will achieve more things in their life? But how many of them actually stop procrastinating? Think about it. Why people don't do it? Why people don't do it? The only reason is that because it's not about what we know, it's about what is programmed in our subconscious mind. And that's where the understanding of the subconscious mind, the understanding of how your subconscious mind functions, the understanding of how to bring it into action becomes very, very vital. Now, your subconscious mind right here, it is your emotional mind. Okay. Now, when I say it is your emotional mind, it only understands those ideas which are well mixed with emotions. Okay. It doesn't understand language. It doesn't understand vocabulary. The only thing the subconscious mind understand, it's emotions. It is absolutely emotions. And then it only accept ideas. But another condition, it cannot accept every single idea. That's the reason, why people keep on chanting about their goals, but they still don't get it. You know why? Because they haven't understood that it's not just by repeating something you get it, it's by getting emotionally involved with something when you get it. So how we do it? That is when you have your thoughts right here, and then you integrate those thoughts, you mix your emotions with those thoughts. When you mix your emotions and thoughts, there is a time when you actually get the results, my dear friends. Now, that's what we have so far from today's session. But when we will be back next week, okay, we are going to bring some more marvelous and amazing ideas about the subconscious mind. And in the end, I just want to say that thank you so much for every single one of you who have been watching this today. And I see there has been a great attendance today. There has been a lot of people watching us on YouTube. And before I leave, I want to give you another short, quick announcement that this Sunday, we are coming up with another powerful masterclass, which is absolutely free. It is about why law of attraction fails. Now, you may be knowing someone who has been applying law of attraction, but who hasn't get the results, or it may be you who has been applying law of attraction, but still not getting the results, or you may be getting results, but you want better results. Our masterclass is specially designed for you. Because in this masterclass, I'm going to take you from a step-by-step process. And in this step-by-step process, I'm going to show you why, the law of attraction works for some people and why it doesn't work for other people. So if you're watching us live on YouTube right now, one of our great team member, Chintan Patel, he has posted a link there. Go to that link and sign up for that masterclass. And then we're going to see you on the masterclass. And then again, next week in our own show, the U-turn. So Shekhar, thank you so much for delivering a powerful idea today.
Thank you,
and
Sukhveer.
I'm looking forward to see you and every single person next week. See you next week, guys.